How's everybody feeling? Good. So we're going to continue along with the last video. Don't worry, we'll get some mycology content. Here we got some sterling chains that aren't worth keeping. $66.86 is our starting, but before we start dissolving it, inside of these clasps you have a steel spring you got to get out. So you can get them out one of two ways. One, you can break it open and get it out. Two, you can melt down the clasp and leave your crucible at an angle, and the steel will get left behind because it has a higher melting temperature than the silver does. So I think with this, I'll just go get a screwdriver and pop it apart right here. That should be easy enough. Alright, so now all I'm going to do is take it. Don't want to melt it, just want to get it hot and cook off anything on there that we couldn't get cleaned off. We're simply washing it. Grab the little pieces, hit them up too. And we'll get them at it now. Alright. So we had 65 grams. We're going to turn the temperature up to 215. So we're going to add about 125 grams or mils of water, distilled. perfect. And now we're going to ultimately end up adding about 150 milliliters of nitric. You want to wear gloves or understand your fingers and your hands are going to be dyed colors for a while. Just wear gloves. I'll be right back. We're back. I need to get that little beaker. So we're going to start off with about 30 milliliters of nitrate. Get old Trusty Rusty. Trusty Rusty makes his way in everything. Right. Add this slowly, about 10 mil at a time, and as you see, she's starting to react. All right. That was a large tree. Oh, this isn't my normal one. That's why. There we go. We'll leave that sit for a while. I'm gonna go inside and figure something out to do to pass some time. And I'll see you guys in probably about an hour. It'll be a good time to come back and see what's going on. Alright, so we're back. Been about a half hour. And as you see, it's turned green. Stopped reacting so much, so we're going to add a little bit more nitric. I got a mosquito on my forehead. He is a pain right now. Oh, buddy. Ugh. That guy has won a battle I didn't even know I was part of. Alright, we got about another 20 mils. We're going to add it a little bit slower this time. That was about 10 mils. We'll let it react for a little bit, then we'll add the rest and cap it off. I've been kind of just dripping it in like this. There we go. We'll let that continue to react. It's about 50 mils of nitric that we've added so far. We'll end up doubling that. But probably after this round, the reactions will start slowing down a little bit. We cleaned our tongs up a little bit. As you see, it's turned green, so we're going to add some more nitric. Pretty much every time it turns green, I add nitric. Keep track of it. Whoa. Almost had a mishap. Adding another 10 mil and then putting the cap bag on it. And that's why you don't add it all at once. Because you add it all at once, that would have gotten really interesting. Our dish would have done its job and collected a spillover. So add it slowly. Ultimately, I make sure I can see blue through the surface. If I can't see blue, then we give it a second to calm down. Now we can start to see blue coming back. Get back to dripping a little bit more in. Starting to close out on the blue, so we'll give it a second. I know that just triggered somebody. Whoa. That was a little bit too fast for my liking. Hey, what do you know, when they're clean, they work a whole lot easier. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, I'll be back in a while. Just added another 10 mils of nitric, but it's actually coming down the stretch now, so woohoo. Alright, so now we just got some black crap floating around on the bottom. We don't have any more bubbly. So, and there's no more actual silver in the bottom. So what I'm going to do is take our cap off and run that through there and collect the liquid in there, and then rinse the filter off. So it's pretty simple. Pour it in, make sure your filter ain't gonna fuck you over. There we go. Now I take distilled water and we'll rinse the rest of the bottle out, the rest of the flask out. There we go. We'll let this finish filtering through. We'll rinse down all the blue juice. And then we'll keep the filings. Just add that to my filter stash, ultimately. I'll see you once we get this part drained. Also, I'm going to turn my heat off now. Alright, now we got that filtered out. Just our last little bit of liquid. Boom. Add that there like that. Boom. Now what we are going to do is introduce 2 copper bars. We're just going to take it. Oh, I got a bee in my shoe. Oh, get out of my shoe. Come on. Thank you. Fucking honeybees, man. And you see, boom. That's how quick we're going to make our silver. Look. Silver. Now I'm just going to drop that in there like fucking bees. Now I got oh man. For as much as it's fun to live in the woods, it gets to be a pain. So now we are crashing out our silver, and that's what you're seeing form on the bar. Copper. So I'm going to let this reaction happen for a while. I'm just going to put that little guy on there like a hat, and we're going to let it crash out. What the oh yeah, I gotta nuke the pool. I forgot. It's just breeding mosquitoes and killing honeybees right now. Oops. Oh, and save the filings. That's your platinum and gold medal groups, mainly. Supposedly. Allegedly. I'll see y'all when that's done crashing out. Alright, so I'm coming back out here, and what I'm going to do now is just take one of my glass stir sticks. I'm going to knock off some of that silver off of our copper. Just help it out a little bit. There we go. Alright. Look at all that good silver right there. We're going to let it sit out here for a little bit longer. Ultimately what I end up doing is grabbing my water. And then I'll grab one of the copper bars, right? Let me zoom it out a little bit. And what I'll do is I'll kind of spray it off. And then when silver stops forming on it, I'll know I'm pretty good to put the solution into the long collection bucket. So say, look, just put it right in. Still got silver forming on it. So we'll let her keep doing her thing. I'll bring you guys back out when we get a little bit further into it. Turn the heat back on now a little bit. We're going to only turn it up to 100 Celsius. Alright, so we're out here checking it. We're going to see if we're still getting silver crystallizing on it. Same thing, just knock the silver off. Silver knocked off, let's spray it off. Get our copper nice and clean. And then we'll just dip it in and see if it reacts with it. And if it reacts on a clean spot of copper, we'll leave it sit in. Copper's getting real clean now. Just sit it in. We'll give it a second. So it's still reacting with it, so we'll leave it back in. I will take this time to clean the other piece of copper off as well, because the cleaner the copper, the easier it is to react with it. The better it is for what you're trying to accomplish. So we will take this piece, knock some of the silver off of it. Alright, now that we're running out of daylight, perfect time to filter it. Rinsed off our copper with distilled water. Now I'm just going to run it through a coffee filter. And we'll collect our silver out of it. And then we'll take the liquid and throw it into our bigger bucket where it just sits and will continue to crash out. Alright, let me go get my other bucket ready and dump the liquid that we catch here into it. And then I'll be back. Alright, got that filtering through. We'll let that settle after this is filtering to make sure if there's anything to be reclaimed down there, we'll get the silver out, but shouldn't be anything. And then since that's mainly water, we will recycle it and reclaim it, and then yeah. Didn't think that through. Gotta relight it. There we go. We're gonna let that cook. Got some borax. Ooh, see if we can zoom in. Yeah. I'll dump this in here and see if we can clean that up a little bit. I gotta go put my phone on charge. safety sandals. Let's get you zoomed in a little bit more over there. No. No. Focus. Oh, it might not focus very well, friends. Sorry about that. This guy's gonna lose his fucking toes, man. They're just gonna melt right off. Alright. This is where the water ain't going to hit it. That little wall bug's like, what the hell? Alright, let's go hit this on the wire wheel and then weigh it out and see what we got. Alright. Got us a nice chunk of silver. Where is my scale? It's not out here. Well, with this being sterling, it was what, 66.57 grams to start. So I want to get between 61 and 62 back. And we'll be happy. So let's go check it. It's time to replace the scale. Gotta be gentle. Well, hell, that was some really good sterling. I'm happy with that. Also, we're going to run it through the electrolytic cell. And that will take out some more. And as you see, my scale has had better days. I think it's time to pass away, good buddy. So then we take it and throw it in there with everything else. When I feel bored, I'll keep adding to it and then melt those solid chunks down, including things like this. This was the other one that we did, the other video. That one and this one. They'll all get incorporated to grain and then go through the cell. At this point in time, I'd like to thank you for your time. It's all we have. It does not exist. Much love, friends. Stay chubby.